Good evening, this is Dr. Rouse back again for part 2 here. I wanted to show you guys how we do the smile designs. Quick recap, this is our patient. We are looking to design a smile, and we agreed on this shape here from the last video. So I wanted to go through that really quickly. Again, we're just trying to get an idea of which shape that we want to use. Last time we got the basic outline of the smile design, but I wanted to go through some of the little touches that we go with to perfect what we're going to send to our 3D printer. And again, in turn, whatever's printed will be used for the temporaries, so that when the smile is transformed, we can have you walking out of the office with temporaries that are going to mimic what we do for the final restoration. So we want to find something proportionate to the face. We want to find a shape that both the patient and I can agree on is good for the facial type. And we want to get some measurements from those teeth so that we can make sure that the restorations that we have in here are similar shape and size. So the inspirational photo that I think that we're going to go with here, if I'm correct, is triangular number 8. So you can sort of see that right here we've got something that looks more oval, and then at the bottom we have something that looks a little more squared off. And then the laterals are typically, so these are the centrals, these are the laterals, and these are the canines. The laterals are typically what gives the character to a smile, and then again, I sort of like the canines to be a little more tucked in, but let's go through how we perfect the smile. So again, we're lining up, we're making sure that everything is flat, so that we don't have a smile that comes back like a staircase. We want something that's flat across, just like this. And keep in mind, these teeth are always a little shorter than the front teeth. So I'll turn that off for now. So this is like one of my favorite tools over here, Global Geometry Transform. We just take it and you can sort of just touch up little things about the tooth. And like I said, the top a little more oval. And we're looking at the inspirational photo, so we'll keep that right there next to it. And here we're going to see if we can get this line angle be a little more flushed out. The contact is right here, almost halfway up the teeth, so we will try to push some of this over just a smidge. Just like that. We don't want to play with the length too much because we already got a lot of that squared away. And then that teardrop shape. I tried to do part of this before we started the video, but I'm saving a little bit here for the end. And this is that tooth that people typically, come in and tell me, like, I have a snaggle tooth, I want that fixed, and that's what, this is typically the tooth that has that happen. So always try to make sure that's round, and then we check it from below and make sure it's not poking out here. And that will not show up in the permanent spot. I want it to be a little more round. And like I said last time, we could play around with this all day. But we try to get to a point where it's as close as we can get for temporaries. And then we take a scan of that, and then we send it to the lab. That way they can know this is about, 80-85% of the way there, and then they can do the rest and finish up the small details for the permanent restorations, they have a really good close idea of where we're at. I want these to look a little thinner here. The outside. Canine here. I think one thing I want to show here is a huge difference between something like this, right? And then we can bring it all the way back in. It's just a little fuller. Yeah, it's pretty full. Fill that up just a little. Too much. And again, if you ever want to come to the office, and we can always do, this part here, we would love to show you, if we took a full face photo of you, and then we overlaid, the teeth of your dreams, would you see a huge difference? And the answer is almost always yes. It completely transforms the face, completely transforms the way you feel about yourself when you leave. These are definitely more, a lot of character in there, right? One tooth is farther forward, so this one here you can see makes a huge difference. And again, if we made the teeth too wide, you can see what that would do. So we have to make these teeth proportionate to the face, and then we get those measurements and make sure. So I don't like that smile at all for this face. But you can see here it makes a huge difference. We don't just send something to the lab and ask the lab to do that. We actually make sure we do that in-house. Because veneers and smile designs are one of my favorite things to do. So if you have any questions, there may be a part 3 to this. I'm hoping part of it also is going to be done in the chair so that you can see what it looks like when we transfer it to the mouth. We will hopefully do a little video of us printing up the smile or what it looks like afterwards. That may be part 3 actually. I'm going to show you what it looks like and how close it looked to the design, because we're actually going to print this. So, and let us know below in the comments if you have any questions about smiles, or you've ever been thinking about getting your smile done. Of course, we would love to meet you, but if you have any questions about how it's done or the materials or anything like that, let us know. And we appreciate you spending some time with us here on Facebook or whatever social media platform this goes out to. But pretty cool stuff. So look at it far away. We can actually check out every single angle, which is nice. So let's say you're taking that Facebook photo, and again, the green is not included. We don't even use the white. It's transferred to the mouth, a completely different material, but this is what's printed out in a gray. We have a gray resin we use for the model, and then we transfer that to your teeth with temporary material that's tooth colored. It's amazing material. So this is just for the shape. Overall is what we're going for. So if somebody's taking that Facebook photo and they're looking at you from the side, what are they seeing? If this one here looks like it's peeking out a tiny bit too much, so we'll fill it out. Fill it out a little more. We'll take a look at it from, add a little length. Tiny bit of length. Take a look at it from the other side. There we go. Alright, so that'll do it for this part 2. A lot quicker than part 1. And again, you can go back and see part 1 if you wanted to on how we got at least this far. But this will be a good start to. I'm going to keep playing around with this too because I need to. But we will have a part 3 here where we'll show the printed model and how that comes along, and then how we transfer it to the mouth. So join us next time for that, and have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.